Have you ever been on social media and come across a post or a reel that you don't like or just doesn't align with you? Usually, when that happens, what do? We just keep scrolling, right? Well, what if we treated every single negative thought we ever have just like a post on social media and just keep scrolling right by it? Welcome back to Manifesting Magic. My name's Sammy, and today we're going to talk about how you can control your negative thoughts. Have you ever had a negative thought that just kept snowballing and spiraling, and you're sitting there like, well, if this happens, then that's going to happen. And then if those things happen, then this is definitely going to happen. And before you know it, it's 6 hours later and you are just spiraling into these negative thoughts and these negative emotions. And then before you know it, you're unconsciously creating those very things you fear into your reality, into your 3D world, when you could have literally just let it end with that one thought that started it all. We have thousands of thoughts each and every single day, and we are all one. It's a collective consciousness, right? Not every single thought belongs to you. There are an infinite number of circumstances and situations that will affect your thoughts. If you're in a bad mood, you're going to have shitty thoughts. If you're in a good mood, you're going to have good thoughts. It really all depends on the mood you're in and the frequency that you're in. And really, when it comes down to it, it's not even so much the thoughts that we're having, it's the meaning behind these thoughts that matters. You are the operant power in your life, and you get the choice to label everything as you see fit. But what if for once that we just stopped labeling things and just let it be? As soon as that thought comes in, you don't have to take ownership of it. You can literally say to yourself, whoa, that's weird. I don't want that thought. That's not mine. I'm not going to label that one, and I'm going to scroll to the next thought. It's honestly really that easy too. It sounds too good to be true sometimes, but when we take our power and our control back and we don't label and give meaning to every single thought we have and every single situation that happens in the 3D, that's when we are the most powerful. When you're aware that you just had a thought that you consider negative or you perceive to be bad, that's when you can step into your power, reaffirm that which you do want, and get rid of what you don't want. Like I said, just treat it like social media. Just keep scrolling past it. That post or that thought has nothing to do with you, and you do not have to take ownership of that. When you keep scrolling, you are not letting that snowball and you're not allowing yourself to spiral. You're moving on to the next thought and to the next idea. We're not sitting there and marinating and sitting in this 3D dense, heavy fear, lack mentality. We're letting that go and reaffirming that I am the operant power. That thought did not belong to me. You could even affirm that everything you do, say, think, or feel, it physically can't affect your manifestations. It cannot affect your success because your success is inevitable. So as soon as you have that thought, by redirecting that internal dialogue and reaffirming that which you do want by stating out loud, my success is inevitable. That thought wasn't mine. I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm going to let it go, scroll past it, and reaffirm that which I do want. If you do find yourself starting to spiral, it's important to first catch yourself. And when you can catch yourself, that's actually a really good sign that you are aware of what's going on in your body and your mind, and that you have the power to control that. But what's really important is to, when you start to spiral, is to go back and go to the very first thought or one of the first thoughts and say, ask yourself this and be real and be honest with yourself. Like, was that a thought for my highest good? Or was that a thought from my ego mind, from a fear, scarcity, lack mentality? And I can guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be stemming from that ego mentality, that fear mentality, lack, scarcity, whatever it may be. Because your higher self knows that that is not true. Your higher self is love and light and positivity. And it would never feed you a thought that is so negative or so scary. Really, it's really what it boils down to. It's scary, and it causes you to spiral. That's why when you look at the vibrational scale, you have fear and lack right at the very bottom. That's the most easy to control. When someone is in that state, that's when someone else can manipulate and control them the most, because they're hanging on to anything at that point because they're so scared of literally everything. I don't care what anyone says. I can guarantee, I can promise you, there's not one person on this planet that has positive, high vibe, good thoughts 24/7 every single day, every single second. It's not realistic and it's not possible. It's how we react and the meaning we give these thoughts when they do arise, when the intrusive thoughts do come in. You want to become so detached from these thoughts that even when they do happen, you're not going to label them. You know that they have no power and no meaning over your life, and you get the choice to just keep scrolling right by it like it never even happened. It's a really powerful state to be in, that when those intrusive thoughts come up, that you just reframe your mindset and reaffirm the things you do desire and that you want to see in your reality. Don't let one single thought or even a few thoughts spiral you into having a bad day or let it ruin your day at all. You just have to keep scrolling. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. Have a good day.